BRICS leaders met on August 22 in Johannesburg to plot the future course of the bloc of developing nations: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. While analysts have pitted the bloc against US-led groups such as G7, core BRICS members emphasized that the group doesn't seek power competition. In a social media broadcast, Brazilian President Luiz Inacio Lula da Silva said BRICS did not seek to be a counterpoint to the G7, G20, or the United States. BRICS nations just want to organize themselves. Along similar lines, Chinese President Xi Jinping said Beijing had no wish to engage in great power competition or create bloc confrontation. She made the remark in a speech delivered on his behalf by Chinese Commerce Minister Wang Wentao at the start of the BRICS summit. Xi's speech read, "China stands firmly on the right side of history and believes a just cause should be pursued for the common good." It was not clear why Xi did not participate in the event, which was attended by his Brazilian, South African, and Indian counterparts. These assertions by BRICS leaders come at a time when the bloc is discussing expansion. Any expansion could be seen as a bid to counter Western dominance over international institutions and affairs. This contradicts the Chinese and Brazilian claim that BRICS doesn't seek to compete with US-led groups or forums. Over 40 nations, including Saudi Arabia, Iran, UAE, Argentina, Indonesia, Egypt, and Ethiopia, have expressed interest in joining BRICS, as per media reports. She called for an expansion of the group to build a more just and equitable international order, insisting hegemonism is not in China's DNA. This statement is being seen as a dig at the US-led West and the world order set by them in the post-Cold War era. The Chinese president's speech read, "BRICS would continue to grow, whatever resistance there may be. Right now, changes in the world, in our times, and in history are unfolding in ways like never before, bringing human society to a critical juncture." Brazil and India, seen as more ambivalent about growing the bloc, seem to be coming around to the idea by supporting Argentina and Iran's membership bid, respectively. While there has been a lot of buzz around BRICS seeing new entries at this summit, it may not be the case. An Argentine official involved in the negotiations to join BRICS told Reuters that no new members were expected to be admitted to the bloc during the summit. The summit is also set to discuss ways to boost the use of local currencies in trade and financial transactions to lessen dependency on the US dollar. Russian President Vladimir Putin said in a pre-recorded statement that the de-dollarization of the bloc's economic times was irreversible and gaining momentum. Putin is not attending the summit in person as he is wanted under an international arrest warrant for alleged war crimes in Ukraine. Russia's economy has been battered by sweeping Western sanctions imposed in response to Moscow's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. South African organizers said there will be no discussions of a common BRICS currency, an idea floated by Brazil as an alternative to dollar dependence. The BRICS has its origins in 2003 when India, Brazil, and South Africa came together to break the World Trade Organization's strict intellectual property rights rules. WTO has been accused of representing the interests of the developed world, hence contesting Western world order is at the heart of BRICS. There may be truth to Xi and Lula's claims that BRICS doesn't want to counter Western blocs, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it won't challenge the order set by these groups.